The sun dipped low over the small village of Willowbrook, casting a golden glow over the rooftops and the winding river that snaked through the valley. At the very edge of the village, where the cobblestone streets turned into grassy fields, lived a curious and adventurous boy named Leo. Leo was 10 years old with bright green eyes full of wonder and a wild mop of brown hair that never stayed in place. He loved stories, especially the ones about the Enchanted Forest, a mysterious woodland that stretched beyond the hills. The elders of the village often warned children never to go near it. They spoke of strange whispers, glowing lights, and secrets hidden deep within the trees. But Leo wasn't afraid. He was fascinated. One evening, as he sat outside his home, his best friend Emma ran up to him, breathless. "Leo, you won't believe it. My grandfather says the Enchanted Forest isn't just a story. It's real." Leo's eyes widened. "Of course it's real, but what else did he say?" Emma pulled out an old, crumpled map from her pocket. "He found this years ago, but never followed it. Look, it leads to something called the heart of the forest." Leo grabbed the map eagerly. The drawing showed a twisting path through the woods, leading to an X marked in the very center. The words, "Only the brave shall discover the truth," were written underneath. "This is it, Emma. We have to find the heart of the forest." Emma hesitated. "But what if the stories are true? What if there are ghosts or enchanted creatures?" Leo grinned. "Then we'll have the greatest adventure of our lives." The two friends packed their bags with snacks, water, and a small lantern before sneaking away from the village as the stars began to twinkle in the sky. The Enchanted Forest loomed before them, its trees taller than anything Leo had ever seen. As they stepped inside, the air grew cooler, and the sounds of chirping crickets and rustling leaves surrounded them. Suddenly, the trees began to glow. Emma gasped, "Leo, are you seeing this?" The bark of the trees shimmered with golden light, and tiny sparkles floated in the air like fireflies. It was as if the forest itself was alive. "We must be on the right path," Leo whispered. They followed the map, weaving through towering trees, stepping over trickling streams, and squeezing through thick bushes. As they walked, they began to hear whispers, soft voices carried by the wind. "Who's there?" Emma called out. The whispers didn't answer, but the path ahead of them shifted. Trees moved, roots twisted, and suddenly a new path opened before them. "This forest is magic," Leo said in awe. They continued forward until they reached a massive stone door, covered in vines and glowing symbols. At its center was a carving of a great tree with a hollow in its trunk. The map showed the same tree. "The heart of the forest must be behind this door," Emma said. Leo examined the symbols. "There has to be a way to open it." Just then, a soft voice spoke behind them. "Only those who seek with a pure heart may enter." They spun around. Standing before them was a fox, but not an ordinary one. It had silver fur that shimmered under the moonlight, and its eyes glowed like tiny stars. You can talk?" Leo asked, stunned. The fox chuckled. "Everything in the Enchanted Forest has a voice if you listen carefully." Emma stepped forward. "We're here to find the heart of the forest. Can you help us?" The fox studied them for a moment before nodding. "If you wish to enter, you must answer a riddle. Fail, and the forest will lead you astray." Leo gulped. "We're ready." The fox's eyes gleamed. "Here is your riddle. I'm not alive, yet I can grow. I don't have lungs, but I need air to glow. What am I?" Leo and Emma exchanged nervous glances. They had to get this right. Emma thought hard. "Something that grows, but isn't alive?" Leo's eyes suddenly lit up. "Wait, it's fire. Fire needs air to grow, but it's not alive." The fox smiled. "Correct." With a shimmer of light, the great stone door rumbled and slowly opened. Beyond the door was a hidden glade, bathed in soft, golden light. At its center stood an enormous tree, the biggest they had ever seen. Its leaves sparkled like stars, and in its hollowed-out trunk there pulsed a glowing crystal, beating softly like a heart. Emma gasped. "The heart of the forest." The fox padded forward. "This tree is the life of the Enchanted Forest. It keeps the magic alive, protects the creatures, and watches over all who enter. Only those who truly respect the forest may see it." Leo reached out a hand but stopped inches away from the crystal. He could feel its warmth, its energy. "It's beautiful." The fox nodded. "You have proven yourselves worthy explorers. Now it is time to return home. The heart of the forest will always remember you." As they stepped back, the glade shimmered, and before they knew it, they were standing outside the forest, right at the edge of their village. The great trees behind them were silent once more, as if guarding their secret. Emma looked down at her hands. She was still holding a small, glowing leaf, proof that their adventure had been real. Leo grinned. "Best adventure ever?" Emma laughed. "Best adventure ever." As they walked back home under the starry sky, they knew they would never forget the secret of the Enchanted Forest.